Good evening, everybody. Welcome on in to F1 Manager. Yeah, it's been a while since we played this one, but I thought, yeah, we'll jump back in with it today. I've done a lot of recording, and a 100% Mexican Grand Prix didn't sound like the thing I wanted to do the most over the course of the evening. Welcome on in, Mitch, Lyric Press, Sam. How is everyone doing? I had a nice holiday. It was good fun. It was nice to have a bit of a break, and yeah, getting back into some streaming once again and get back into some F1 Manager. Now, my plan basically now with this game is basically just try and get into a routine where I know it well enough that obviously when the next one drops, then I'm actually going to try and play it again a bit more. Beastie, welcome in, mate. Hope you're doing well. Let me just double check that the YouTube post did go out as intended, because yeah, of course, F1 Manager I've done next to nothing on this year, so I want to do it more again on F124. We might also actually, before I forget, I don't know if I can. I don't know whether they'll tell me off, but I believe, is the F1 Esports final race of the day started already? Because I was going to watch that as well in the corner. I don't know whether it's actually started. Oh, they're already halfway through. I'm not too interested then in what goes on. What on earth happened, Sam? I hope it and you are all okay. But yeah, we're back though with F1 Manager. So of course, if you haven't tuned in for this series prior to now, we're trying to make Lewis Hamilton world champion at Ferrari. I don't believe it's going too well currently, because we are, where are we in the standings? We are currently second overall in the constructors. And Charles now is ahead of Lewis in the Drivers' Championship as Verstappen is just walking away with it. I did watch some of the Mexico race in F1 Esports. That was pretty decent, to be fair. Who's winning Formula 2 and Formula 3 out of interest? Gian Ruvula dominating F2. A long way ahead of Ralph Boschung and Richard Verschoor. And Paul Aaron winning in a much more wide-open F3 currently. Well, I'm happy that George is all okay, Sam. 20 stream streak. Mental. Thank you very much, buddy. That is quite impressive. But yeah, DHL fastest pit stop wise, we are sick overall. I don't really know why it tracks that so much, but McLaren are absolutely dominating in that regard. But this is actually a sprint weekend. I believe the first sprint weekend I've actually had to do. I did, like, the furthest I've ever made it into this series was I did, like, the sprint race in the Alfa Romeo career mode and never actually did the full GP. So hopefully by the end of the night, we are going to be ahead of that. Now, we've actually got some new regs and rule changes as well to be monitoring. So the drivers are developing well, which I suppose is nice. Don't think we've got any kind of perks that we can put on them at the moment, so we'll leave it as it is. Charles Leclerc, I assume, is the same, yeah, so nothing too much to be too worried about. And yeah, I mean, this is the problem, of course. There's so much information inside this game that I still feel like I struggle occasionally to know what to do. So yeah, we're gonna let all the team rest up, ready for the Azerbaijan GP sprint weekend. And yeah, we'll see how we get on. Yeah, I hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. The weather's been actually decent today. Where I was, it absolutely tipped it down last night, which was not fun. But hey-ho. So new chassis design is complete. So that's good. We'll try and whip a couple of those up ready for the weekend. So back again, 23 days, so we should be able to get 3 of those done in time, ready for then, which is fantastic news as well. Lando Norris, a race winner. I completely forgot about Miami, which is quite worrying, since it wasn't that long ago. Yeah, what a banger of a race that was in the end. Proving once again that Max and the team aren't completely unstoppable. It's finally feeling like summer. It does feel like the first time in a while. You know, it's actually felt like a fairly summery day today. I've been boiling in this room, but I've got a lot of videos done, which is always important. And of course, yeah, stream tonight as well then. So let's try and head forward towards the towards the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. I've noticed some tension between Hamilton and Bono. Not sure exactly why they're not getting along. Have an impact on driver morale, so I thought you should know. I want to speak to both of them. We will intervene on that. We will try and hope that that ends up going well for everyone. As some notification came up, but I don't know what it was. So I apologise there if something's come through that I haven't been able to see. Like you see, there's just so much little stuff you got to do. So what is the new vote coming in? So taking into consideration, we are proposing new minor technical regs for the 2024 F1 season. Our data has become too easy for drivers to follow cars closely in front to gain a racing advantage. Create more space between cars and reduce the number of red flag incidents. We are gonna... I mean... why on earth do you want that? Formula 1 made all these rule changes to try and make things more unpredictable, and now want it to become more predictable again. I think we will go with cooling? I don't really know why, but that's what we're going to do with that one. And hopefully now then we're going to be able to head towards... So we voted against, Mercedes voted against, AlphaTauri voted against, everyone else voted for though. So that's a shame. So it looks like, yeah, we've lost that one. But yeah, as we head towards Baku, so we should be able to gain a little bit of extra speed on both cars. And I don't actually know whether we've got any more time to try and develop some new parts as well. Have we got any more time or anything like that? We'll try and do suspension. How many? We've got loads, so we can. No, we've got none. Sorry, so we can't do anything like that as well before we head into this weekend. The MotoGP series looks like fun. I'm enjoying MotoGP a lot more than I thought I would so far. It's quite a good little game, which is always, you know, it's something a little bit different, something a bit interesting, and it helps me learn the sport as well. So yeah, I'm hoping we have a lot of fun with that one. And of course, as always, it'll just be a case of how busy we're going to be. Obviously, when F1 24 drops at the end of the month. Yeah, it's getting mighty close. I need to finish the Williams RTG before then, so we'll wait and see how that goes. But I think we're basically ready to go then. We've got so many emails. I mean, how do Ferrari cope? But let's head to the Azerbaijan GP weekend. I feel like we've already had a lot of setup before we get into this one. Yeah, like I said, the MotoGP game, I'm actually really enjoying it so far. I'm going to try and keep doing as many episodes as I can. It probably won't end up being daily, but I'm gonna try as best as possible. It's just I got a few other bits and pieces. It is good fun before F1 24 because we don't have that many F1 videos left to do. Matt212, welcome in, mate. Hope you're doing well.
Azerbaijan, where we're back in the country's capital. Well, it's not every weekend that Formula One arrives at a UNESCO World Heritage Site, but arrive here we have.
Is the whole of Baku a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is it?
The race calendar's tightest corner, beneath a medieval fortress wall. Drivers will be battling it out on the streets of the Baku city circuit.
How much will the game cost me?
From the long main straight where the
49 or 69 pounds? I don't know what that equates to in local currencies.
To get that balance right.
But if you buy it through EA's website as well, you can help support us.
As we have the addition of a thrilling sprint race thrown into the mix.
Yep, sprint race as well. Looking forward to it. I'm hoping, of course, that we're going to be able to try and spring a surprise on Red Bull this weekend and maybe, just maybe, snooker away a good result. But I believe, yes, so the format in F1 Manager 23 is still, I believe, F1 2022's IRL format. It's one of the things that's been very frustrating with them changing the format every year. Is obviously then that the game you're practicing during the wrong session. But anyway, let's try and get the cars sussed then. Of course, straight line speed is everything around here. So we need to make sure that we've got a lot of that. Where is straight line speed? So we'll go like that. We'll try some different setups as always. Kind of see what we can get to work as best as possible. And obviously we'll do something a little bit different with Lewis's. Yeah, I never quite know exactly what I need to be trying to do. Obviously, early on, it's kind of a bit of an unknown. So we'll try a couple of different things there with each of the drivers. Bradson, welcome on in, mate. Hope you're doing well. I don't know whether I'm just losing myself time as well by doing all of this at the start of free practice rather than prior. But it's what I keep doing. I had a nice time away, thanks, mate. It was nice to just take a little bit of a break. But yeah, we're back. And, well, I'm away again this weekend, actually. So we're only going to get a Tuesday and a Thursday night stream this week. And then, hopefully after that, normal service to resume. I went to Malta. It's kind of one that I go to fairly semi-regularly. Just because we like it there. It's quite warm. It's terrible, but it's quite warm. They speak English, and they drive on the right side of the road. That's kind of like the three big things. With the F124 HUD, I feel like I need to put some black tape on my screen in an effort to censor it, because it's quite ugly. It is disgusting. They have not hit the nail on the head with that one. Today is 20 degrees. I was going to say, yeah, it is fairly warm. This is why I didn't want to do Mexico of the Williams RTG tonight, because I was like, it's just so warm that I really don't fancy that. Callum, welcome on in, mate. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, let's try and just basically try and get the car dialed in, see what we can do with it here. I believe, yeah, F1 Manager is, especially F1 Manager 24, is going to be one of those games where hopefully I'm going to try and stick to daily uploads with it, and that should be good fun. Hamilton fractionally quicker than Leclerc at the moment, though. Was Alonso actually setting the pace? Can we play Farming Sim on Thursday? I've never played Farming Sim. That could be quite a laugh, though. I do need to finish the Williams RTG as well. But yeah, I certainly do want to do just more like random fun streams like that as well further down the line. So Farming Sim might have to go. I want to do Farming Sim. I want to do Euro Truck Sim. Those are two are like the big ones that I really want to have a go on. And then maybe a few other random bits and pieces. So Leclerc's not happy with the car. So we'll bring him back in. And we'll do the same with Lewis as well then at the end of that lap. 212 Motorsports coming to F1 Manager 24. I'm undecided yet, as I probably will do a My Team career mode on there. Yeah, I think 212 Motorsports will probably come to F1 Manager. It'd be fun to do it something a little bit different. I think the thing is, of course, with F1 24, I think everyone is going to be doing a driver career mode, so it'll probably be quite nice on F1 Manager to do something a little bit different. But kind of like my very, very early plan right now is to run like an F1 24 driver career mode on the main channel, and then I do still want to do a My Team one on the second channel. It might not quite be daily uploads, but that should still be quite good fun. So, oh yeah, straight line speed, we actually nailed that, so we need to try and tweak everything else to try and get the car where the team wants it. We will, yeah, we'll go like that. We'll go like that, and we will go like that. Beautiful. Starting to get the drivers a bit more dialed in. Lewis even, he's closer to being happy with that car. So we'll go like that. Right, okay, so we've got to try and tweak a few bits and pieces then. Yeah, I feel like I just move sliders around until something works. If I go like that, we're basically there. Cornering. I just feel like I get locked into a trance of trying to get things to work. We'll try that with Lewis then, and get them both back out there. See if that happens. My driving test is right. Hey, mate, just stay calm. You got to think your instructor wouldn't let you book your test if they didn't think you were ready. I have faith in you, Branson. I reckon you'll smash it. Not anyone, just the test. Oh, sorry, not your practical. Ah, okay. I mean, theory's easy. Like, your theory is just There is not a challenge, mate. Or at least when I did it, wasn't. You'll be absolutely fine. Yeah. Right, let's see if times are going to continue to improve then. I'm happy we only run one free practice session in this series. Because honestly, I really do feel like I could end up being here all day trying to find time there. As Leclerc goes quicker. Perez and Alonso, though, both about half second away from Max. Aston Martin look racy around this. Around here at the moment. F22R Lego. Thank you for the follow, mate. Welcome on in. Hope we're having a good one. But yeah, as I was saying, though, what I want to do is F1 Manager I'll probably just run like a My Team series to begin with. But F1 24, I kind of want to do like a driver career mode that'll be like our main kind of series. And then also like a My Team. There'll probably be slightly shorter races. It's just a bit of fun as well. Okay. Leclerc's happy with the car. That is good. Is Lewis the same? We'll bring them both in. And we'll try and double check that everyone is happy. Yeah, the theory test is meant to be quite easy. This is F1 Manager 23. Absolutely. Welcome on in, mate. Hope we're doing well. Jasper as well. Welcome on in, buddy. Oh, I'm wasting time. I'm wasting time. Oh! We will take that. I don't really want to alter anything else on Lewis's car then. He's happy with where things are at. So we'll just confirm that. And we'll send him out. Oh, no. I've sent him out on the hard still. That's okay. Leclerc, he's pretty happy as well. I suppose we could try and tweak like one little thing and maybe get him more dialed in. If we go like that, maybe. If we go like that. Oh, the straight line speed isn't as good anymore. If we go like that and then go like that. Oh, don't say I'm going to just mess this up. Just trying to, like, slowly tweak numbers to try and get it perfect. Oh, man, it's so difficult. So difficult. If I bring the corner in that way... What's the one thing... I mean, it's cornering, isn't it? That really affects. Like that? Oh, that's pretty good, actually. We'll try that. We'll try that with Leclerc. So Hamilton's just finishing out some laps then on the hards. Everyone else, though, I think, has done their best lap on... mediums? Okay. Okay. What are your thoughts on the race weekend? Well, it was a good one, wasn't it, in the end? Sprint weekends work when the drivers, like when qualifying, when the sprint race and the actual race are quite different. That's when sprint weekends really do shine. Smurf, 13 months. I appreciate it, buddy. 13 months for everyone's favourite scripted bottler. Thank you so much, mate. That is absolutely mental. Over a year of subbing. That is... Thank you very much, mate. Welcome on in as well. I hope you're doing well. And Sir Spork, thank you for the follow. So, free practice then coming to an end. Everyone is kind of trying to trade places. I think Hamilton did improve again, though, right at the end. Yeah, Hamilton went quicker than Leclerc, despite being on the harder tyres. Co-op wasn't last night. No, co-op's done, Jasper. We finished co-op for F1 24. It'll be back on F1... we finished co-op on F1 23. It'll be back on F1 24. 1.3 seconds, though, away from Max on one stage harder tyres. I reckon we're still going to be second best here, but I think we're going to be a little way away. Especially when we've really nailed the setup, then not so assuring. But, we'll head into qualifying and see what we can do.
It's time to determine starting positions for the sprint race.
Yeah, we finished co-op. We're going to run it back, though, nice and early on F1 24.
3 parts of qualifying will decide who sits where on the sprint race grid. A good performance today will give them a real advantage for the rest of the weekend.
And here's a driver there's been quite a focus on recently, Karun. Valtteri Bottas.
Has there? Why?
Lap times from them in practice. It could be that the team were experimenting with the car, but the pressure...
Don't know why everyone's so hyped about Bottas. That Alfa Romeo was awful on this game. Alfa Romeo really did get nerfed inside F1 Manager, but Q1, Q2 hopefully should be pretty easy. Leclerc is not confident, though, in the car, which is a bit of a shame. Can we alter the setup? Yeah, we don't really know. Leclerc's kind of heading into this as a bit of an unknown. So, I mean, yeah, we should be able to get through Q1 pretty easy. No drama there. And then Q2 is kind of where things are going to get a little bit more dramatic. So, only obviously got the soft tyres as well. Ready for this? So, I don't believe we're going to see any rain or anything like that. No, rain, no predictions for that at all. So, that's okay. So we'll let the drivers get out there. We'll try and make sure they don't get held up on their first run, but we'll wait and see. Do you think if you play as Lewis on F124, do you think it'll force a move to Ferrari after the first season? I think if you play as Lewis, you'll obviously just be able to decide what he does ready for his next season. So, will Hamilton get caught up in traffic? There's one car heading out onto a lap. Yeah, so I think we've only got an Alpha Tauri to try and get around. Yeah, so where did you, I don't, where did you end up finishing, Bradson? Because they did have a look at the final results and everything. Right, there we go. Alpha Tauri got out of the way of Charles. Out of the way for Lewis. That's good. How many Lewis Hamilton crews do you reckon people will do? Honestly, on YouTube, not many. I think most people aren't really going to want to do a career mode as someone else. I might run like a couple of fun ones on the second channel as like shorter series. But yeah, I don't think a lot of content creators are really going to do it. But we might see it happen. I mean, quite a few people obviously have done Hamilton Ferrari F1 Manager series, which is quite fun as well. But yeah, we'll wait and see. Fifth place isn't bad. 18th is slightly worse. I think everyone probably is going to do a driver career mode, Jasper, because a lot of the features are geared towards that. I was saying a couple of minutes ago, I'm probably going to run like a My Team series alongside it. But yeah, everyone I think is going to do that. Make Logan good, the redemption arc. Make Logan... is that even possible on this game? Or, sorry, on F124, I suppose. If it's me controlling him. Maybe... I mean, he'll bottle it even more. But it could happen. Anyway, drivers coming up towards the start-finish line then. Been pretty decent laps. Hamilton clear in Sector 1 and Sector 2. Actually, by a good little margin over Charles. 143 flat. Charles Leclerc does a 143.2.
Call the car or box.
So, there we go. That's first run's done. That should be a safety through. And into Q2.
Calendar B2. It was a better lap.
Yeah, driver career mode, I think being the main one again is quite a good idea. It's going to be interesting to see sort of where the content goes with it. I think a lot of people have got a lot of different ideas. So it should be good. So, there we go. Perez half a tenth clear. So, what time is Verstappen going to do? Verstappen 4th. Okay. There's a chance here. We've actually got the pace against Red Bull this weekend. Do you know if you can do career mode as current F2 drivers? I believe you can. I believe you'll be able to do an F2 series and then move into F1, which works so well for me. Because obviously I love doing F2 career mode, so I might do another Ollie Behrman series. That could be quite good fun. But yeah, Verstappen, only down in P4 at the end of Q1 first runs. So hopefully that's a good omen that we've got the opportunity to fight with him, or he got held up on his lap. You never really know. Yeah, it's just, I definitely would love to do like an F2 driver career. I was planning on doing it in the Ollie Behrman career mode on F123. But then just kind of the hype just completely fell through the floor on that series, which was a bit of a shame. I've learned with the F2 career modes that people only really care if it's like the best, if it's like the actual driver that's going to win the championship. Apart from when I did the Mick Schumacher ones, as the Red Bulls have almost taken each other out. Yeah, that seems to be the way there. As Oscar Piastri, slower than Nick de Vries, as Norris makes it through to Q2 there. So, yeah, Tsunoda slower than Nick de Vries as well. So I think there has been some laps that have been held up. Here comes Tsunoda, looking to try and improve there as Alex Albon is going to line up for the sprint at the back of the grid. Tsunoda makes it through. There we go. So Nick de Vries actually out then by the end of Q1. And yeah, Valtteri Bottas, who apparently all eyes were on, out as well. That's good for us though. P2 and P5. Aston Martin, Mercedes, Red Bull and Ferrari all seem to be in the mix. What did you do, Toast? How did you mess it up? I need the story. I want to do that again in 2025. I really would love to give that a go again in the future, Gran Turismo. Who do you think is getting dropped at stake? Joe, probably. Perks, welcome in, mate. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I liked the Ollie Behrman series. Or the Ollie Behrman series, as Gary would say. I always enjoy doing the F2 series, to be honest. They just don't get anywhere near as much interest, which is a shame. Because, I mean, like, this year, for example, going into Abu Dhabi, we still had 7 drivers fighting for the title, which was mental. You'd never get that in Formula 1. Right, we're going to let everyone try and get out there, and I think, yeah, now we'll send them out. So hopefully we're not going to get caught up in too much traffic. Where's Lewis? There he is. So that should be okay. We'll try and give Lewis a little bit of a helping hand as well. Put your follower thing up. Perks, you all like every single stream. I don't get how you do it, but you somehow follow. You will get an hour of career mode, but that's besides the point. Hopefully I'll be back at Williams next year. Just got to help my colleagues' esports team with the heaps of free time I'll have out of college. Hey, fair play, mate. I mean, it's a good facility. I like it down there. I really like it. So, yeah, I don't think we're going to get caught up in too much traffic. So we'll stay with Charles Leclerc then this time. So he make his way out into Q2. But yeah, like I said, the F2 series, yeah, they provide better racing. I think they're brilliant fun. But I also get, of course, there's just nowhere near as much interest in Formula 2 as there is in Formula 1, which is a shame, but, you know, that's the way it is at the end of the day there. But I am at Spa this weekend. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to try and do some videos about the whole adventure, which is going to be good fun. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one. So it might mean that we have a slightly earlier stream on Thursday, because yeah, I got to get up early. I got to have an earlier stream Thursday night because I got to get up early Friday morning. I think we're leaving at like 5 a.m. In a hope that we can make qualifying 12 hours later at Spa. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Imola was an absolute banger in the World Endurance. So I've got hopes for F1 Manager 24. I think they've really kind of taken on the feedback from this year's game, and obviously this year's game really did flop. So it is kind of all or nothing for them now. I'm sorry, Smurf. How many races do you reckon Lewis will win when he joins Ferrari? It could be none. It could be 30. I just don't know. 2-2 TRC collaboration win. Who knows, Bradson? Who knows? But anyway, yeah, Leclerc then this time round. Actually not setting particularly good sector times again. Hamilton is comfortably quicker than Charles at the moment. He's getting a nice slipstream as well down this front straight. Do we get any delta? We don't really get any... There we go, 3. I mean, he's getting a nice handy toe, isn't he? You can see him gaining on Charles. That's worked out beautifully, and that is fastest on the board again. A second quicker than Charles. My team is still in F1 24. You don't have to worry about that. But I just don't think the emphasis is heavily put on it this year.
So we're currently at P1. So just confirming boxing.
I think we need to set up separate accounts for subs, which is managed by the mods, and they decide your pay. That is a scary prospect. So that should be us safely through Q2, though. Leclerc's going to be a bit more on the cusp, but I think he should make it. As Verstappen... Only P5! I tell you what, we are quick here. We've actually got an opportunity this weekend to get a win. We've thrown it away so many times early on this season. But, I mean, Tsunoda now has recovered up to P9. So he's actually looking pretty racy. I don't see a way in which so many of those guys, though, find half a second. When I qualified P4, I thought the podium was on, so P12 was a bit sad. Not ideal. Not ideal. As long as I get £49,999 in a year. Verstappen can only win in a very fast car. Are we getting controversial, are we? I mean, that lap was mega. Alonso, though, as well, is cooking. So I think, honestly, we've got to sacrifice Charles Leclerc's pace a little bit here and try and get Hamilton out behind him for a lap. But I might try and do one each way, to be fair. Give Leclerc a good opportunity on the first run and then try and do it for Lewis on the second. There is definitely some strategy. Don't want to jump into the 40% tax bracket. Yeah, but that's irrelevant, Bradson, because you only get taxed 40% on anything earned over 50k. So that is not something you need to worry about. Right, so what we'll do, we'll send Lewis out first here in Q3 for the first runs. We'll get a couple of minutes in, though, let everyone else kind of get out onto the road. So Lewis will come out, and then Charles will come out. Maybe I've left the gap a little bit too big there. Where's the other tax bracket in Scotland? I didn't know this was a thing. Do a push lap and do one more. Does 2 push laps work? Is that a thing? Maybe you... I don't. Yeah, I'm not really. I don't think we got the fuel to really risk that at the moment. I think I've also left Leclerc too far behind Lewis heading onto this run, so that's a bit of a shame. So we'll stay with Leclerc on this first one, but we'll monitor Hamilton's times as well in the background, because I tell you what, yeah, Lewis, if he can emulate that 42.5, we're in for a really, really good time this weekend. Hopefully, anyway. I'm expecting still Red Bull to be rapid over a race distance, but doesn't look like we should have to deal with any traffic either on this first run. So, yeah, really is all about just trying to make sure you stay out of trouble as well on this game, because of course we all know what the blue flags and the slower cars are like as well still, and also obviously hopefully no one's going to run into any problems. So Hamilton, sector 1 split time then as he rounds his way. 35.9. Charles Leclerc 35.7. Okay, Charles Leclerc's getting racy. He's finally decided it's Q3 and he's going to start cooking, which is good news. But Hamilton, though, yeah, has often been comfortably quicker in Sector 2 and Sector 3. Only thing is, I kind of want to give Leclerc the slipstream, as Sainz sets a 43.2. Sorry, Sainz sets a 43.4. Stroll goes top of the times on a 43.2. So he's doing pretty well at the moment then. Well, obviously, we'll get split 2 times in just a second. Verstappen now finally cooking into the 42s. Hamilton 40.9. Leclerc 40.9. So he is trading times with Verstappen at the moment as they round his way through the final real corner of the first qualifying lap. I mean, Hamilton, yeah, is a benchmark. Hopefully he's within a couple of tenths of Max at least, as Russell now rockets up into P2. Still waiting on Perez to get his lap on the board there, as Hamilton is going to do a 1:43. So Hamilton will go between Stroll and Russell. Leclerc, he goes fastest by 0.5 tenth of a second over Verstappen, so we're happy with that. But we've still got 2 very, very quick drivers. Alonso up to the line. He will go into P3, less than a tenth off. And what will Sergio Perez going to be able to do as he makes his way up towards the start-finish line? Perez is going to do a 1:42.7. 4 drivers from 3 different teams covered by just over a tenth of a second after the first run. This is pretty mental. How does someone like you only have 19 viewers? Because F1 Manager is nowhere near as popular. And I haven't really promoted the stream recently. Right, so new fresh set of softs going on both cars. Ready for the final run. We're going to try and leave it really, really late. But yeah, I'm surprised by Leclerc's ultimate pace here towards the end of qualifying. That's really actually quite impressive. So we'll try and head out with about just under 3 minutes left. There's a few more drivers starting to head back out onto the circuit. We'll go, right, slow it down. We'll go now and now. So hopefully Leclerc's going to come out in front. Yes, he is. Hamilton is going to be very, very close behind him, though, as they head out onto this final run. So we'll wait and see there. As, oh, we are going to have to deal with some lap traffic as well. Hamilton's got the jump on Leclerc. No! Oh, damn it. That's not what we needed. Damn it, damn it, damn it. So, I don't really think we can swap them round. Can I? Can I swap him round? Don't think I can I? No, that... Right, we're just going to have to leave him. How do I make Hamilton take... Oh, no. Oh, what's he doing? He's no, that's Leclerc, sorry, letting him by. Right, so we just gotta go. I think I've messed this up slightly.
Pick up the pace.
Yep.
Right, we're just gonna do that. How do I get him back on automatic control? This was not what I needed. I might have messed this up royally, chat. I might have done a proper Ferrari strategy here. So Leclerc's got good free space as well. Hamilton's actually giving Alonso a little bit of a draft, which is not ideal. Alonso, though, does improve and goes P3. But what will Lewis Hamilton be able to do here? Will Leclerc get caught up behind the Spaniard? Return 2, Alonso out of the way nicely. That is good. And now we've got even more slower traffic as well. Mercedes jumps out of the way. Fantastic news. But I think, yeah, we need... What do we need? We need like a 0.7, don't we, through the first sector if Hamilton wants to be in the fight. As Perez at the moment could be about to snooker away. An unlikely pole position here. Hamilton, first sector, is a 35.7. Leclerc, first sector, is a 35.8. So it's less than a tenth in it at the moment. Leclerc, though, struggling to improve as we've got Aston Martin in the way just a little bit further in front. Hopefully we won't close in on them before we get out onto the little short chute around the back of the castle. Occasionally I have some American lingo, I'm afraid. This is a pure Ferrari strategy, and yes, somehow I am still bottling it, even in F1 Manager. But Lewis Hamilton then, down in towards the final corners. Perez is not going to improve. Verstappen, he is confined to a P4 start here. Hamilton, though, he's going to do a 41.0. It's slightly down, but it's not too bad at the end of Sector 2. Leclerc, though, still in the 1 minute 40s. Sorry, in the 40s even there for that second split time. So it's going to be mighty close between both of them as we get up towards the start-finish line then. But what will Hamilton be able to do? I would love to see him get ahead of Max Verstappen here at the end of qualifying. Is it going to be enough, though, Hamilton? 42.9. And he goes into P5. Leclerc can't improve either. So we stay P2 and P5. Honestly, the fact that our Q2 time should have been enough and I absolutely butchered the strategy there is pretty painful. I won't lie. We should have done better with that at the end of that session. But it's not the end of the world. We know we have got pace to fight here. It is just strategy is really going to play into it. And yeah, you can see, yeah, that 42.5 easily enough to go fastest overall. But it is Sergio Perez on the pole, ready for the sprint race. So good job done by him. I mean, P5 isn't the end of the world. I think we're just kind of worried about what Alonso is going to be able to do as well here. Hamilton over the hill, despite setting the fastest lap of the weekend, is quite impressive. We're going to simulate free practice 2, though. Not really worried about that. And let's head into the GP, or the sprint race, sorry, I should say. Both drivers feeling prepared and ready, which is good. Lando did cook. He did a very good job.
Welcome back as the drivers gear themselves up for today's sprint, the results of which will determine the grid for the Grand Prix. Of course, this is the first sprint of the season, adding an extra challenge for the drivers and their teams.
I keep thinking the Alfa Romeo race suits are the Merc ones for some reason. I keep getting really confused. D3RK, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. So I think it was slightly skewed by Verstappen picking up floor damage, but I'm hoping McLaren are going to be there or thereabouts. I think Red Bull, yeah, was slightly nervous about it. So we'll wait and see. Right, looking towards the sprint, though, it's just meant to be partly cloudy, so I don't think we've got any chance of rain or anything like that. I mean, yeah, so strategy, obviously, this is just a no-stop. So we'll bolt on mediums. Could we risk it on softs? He reckons that's a 30-minute race time. And for Leclerc, it's a 30-minute 5. So I think we'll split the strategies. We'll make Hamilton... Actually, no, what we'll do is we'll go aggressive on Leclerc, just so he can try and get out of the DRS if he can get past Perez at the start. Hamilton will try and just go for a little bit of a safer strategy then. So that's the goal. Leclerc has got to try and move past Checo at the start and run away. Caleb, welcome, mate. You've come at exactly the right time.
Today sees the drivers take on 17 laps of the Baku City circuit.
Do you have mods? Not on F1 Manager. In stream, yes. Not on F1 Manager, though. So, DRS is going to be critical here. So if we can get Leclerc past Perez at the start and get him away, then we've got a chance. Hamilton, on the other hand, I think we're just going to try and drive quite safely with him. Right, here we go, though. Sprint race Saturday, about to begin. I need a good start by Leclerc. 5 red lights. Lights out, away we go. And immediately, we are telling Leclerc to get on with it. We have got nothing in terms of spare fuel, and he's messed up the start. How have you already lost the place to Alonso? Are you on softer tyres? No, everyone's on soft by the looks of it. So that's not ideal then, actually. That's not what I was expecting. Everyone but Lewis Hamilton is on softs. What have I done? That is a Ferrari strat, if ever I've seen one. Is Alonso already looking to try and apply pressure to Perez at the front of the field. Hamilton, though, I'm going to just be very, very cautious with early on. But that was not what I was expecting then by the front runners. So I guess instantly then, that plan is going to have to be aborted. We're basically just going to try and make sure that we keep Hamilton inside the range of these guys in front of him here. But I was not expecting everyone to start this race on the soft compound tyres there. As you can see, Mercedes side by side behind us as we make it into the castle. Look at that! Oh, they are brave. They are very, very brave there, as Hamilton is already causing a bit of a train. Leclerc's lost the place to Verstappen as well. So this has been an utter disaster of a race start. I have accidentally made Leclerc better so far this series, apparently. Do you have the Ferrari management handbook? I think I do. Lando did staggeringly well, Caleb. We were saying this earlier. It was good. It adds some intrigue to a season so far that I think a lot of people were very worried about. As what on earth? I mean, look at this for Hamilton. Look behind him as we make our way out onto the front straight there. We've got Stroll and both Mercedes now trying to make an impact here. As Verstappen is trying to pull away from Charles. Here comes Carlos, though. Is he going to be able to have a look to the outside? He's going to try the long way around through turn 1, but not going to make it happen. As Leclerc, we've got to be really, really careful as well with Charlie. He cannot afford to drop away from Max. So we're going to use a bit of battery with both of them here. As Hamilton, I think, unfortunately, at least early on, is just going to be locked into that battle with the cars behind him. So Hamilton, yeah, it's kind of early on here. We're going to try and lock him into a P5. Leclerc, I mean, Alonso now to the lead of the GP. So it is all still kicking off early on here. But yeah, Leclerc, we've just got to be quite aggressive with to make sure that he doesn't drop back from those other cars. But Verstappen's not in the DRS either. So I think everyone is actually struggling to stay close to each other early on. Will Leclerc be able to hang close to Max? I don't know. There's Hamilton already 8/10 back, so I think we're going to have to go deploy on him as well. I did become the Ferrari manager and then instantly signed Lewis and Bono. And almost bankrupt Ferrari. If Stroll beats him, you need to resign. Stroll is weirdly okay on this game. Oh! Sainz has gone! Oh, Carlos Sainz has bottled it! And I think that'll be a safety car, surely. Why can't I find him? Yeah, let's have a look. Carlos Sainz are just lap 2 of the sprint race. Did he just lock up on the way in? Little bit too hot in the wall. Heartbreak. Heartbreak. So, safety car has been deployed then, so that's good. Everyone gets bunched back up. And obviously we get a chance to save everything as well. Why is Hamilton 19th? What's Hamilton done? How has he spun under safety car?
We're with Lewis Hamilton here. Whoa, and there it goes. Oh, dearie me, you don't.
The safety car is out, and Lewis Hamilton has binned it. What on earth is that? We may as well box him onto softs then, shouldn't we? Since he's already at the back of the field. I mean, that is Ferrari in a nutshell. Do we bother? I don't know. I don't think we will, actually. We'll leave him on the mediums as something a little bit different. I cannot believe that. I cannot believe that. So, everything is on recharge, I believe. Yeah, we'll harvest. And harvest. So, Hamilton has immediately thrown this sprint away. And, of course, we'll have to start from the back of the field for the Grand Prix. Sainz as well, of course, are going to have to start at the back as well. So, Logan Sargent is P10. What on earth has happened there? Sargent doing very, very well early on. That is... I cannot believe that. So, how long will this safety car stay out for then? This is the first safety car we've had this season? I don't think so. But yeah, Alonso still leading the way then. So, no one is looking like they want to pit either. So, we're going to have to be a bit careful. Because unfortunately, of course, that's really helped out everyone else in the tyre wear department. Because obviously, yeah, Hamilton not only has put a load of wear through his tyres by spinning, but it also means that everyone else has got a window. Safety car is coming in, though, at the end of this lap, so we need to get ready to go once again. Hamilton, we may as well just leave on aggressive tyres. We'll try and go aggressive with that as well, but I think, honestly, we're probably just going to have to leave Hamilton to it. I don't believe he's going to be able to get back to the points unless he has a really, really good run. So, all eyes now on Charles Leclerc. I do give them a lot of ideas on spinning. We've got to go with Charles Leclerc. I think all eyes are going to be on him. As Fernando Alonso leading the way. Ready for the restart here. He's got both Red Bulls behind him. What a storybook this could be. But he's got a long old way to go. As it's green flag racing once again. Is Leclerc able to get the run on Verstappen back down in towards turn 1? I'm going to tell him to go aggressive, I feel. Let's tell him to go high on the overtakes. It is Charles Leclerc.
Maybe a chance.
Right, come on. We got to try and make something happen here. Hamilton as well. I'm just going to tell him he can just go balls to the wall, trying to get past people.
Let's go for it.
I always get a little bit scared with the Constantine run up inside this game. It makes me a little bit nervous. Is this Matt Beard from the F124 universe or the 1998 to 2008 universe? This is Matt212 in his Fred Vasseur universe instead. It's slightly different. And so far today, it is not good. Hamilton can't even find a way around an Alfa Romeo. That's how much he's struggling early on here to make anything happen. But I'm hoping Stroll is going to be slower. I really don't want Stroll keeping up with us, to be honest. As whoever said that Hamilton was washed at the end of qualifying, you might be onto something. Is it worth retiring Hamilton's car? I don't think it is, surely. May as well gather more data ready for the rest of the weekend as well. Even if we can make a few places up, it's got to be worth it, Bossman Jam. But yeah, I feel like we're just struggling ever so slightly without an out race pace here. Yeah, I mean, Stroll is looking faster. The Red Bulls are hounding Alonso at the front. So will Alonso be about to lose his race lead? I mean, Perez is gaining on him. He's gaining on him. I mean, Perez switches the other side. The inside then ready for turn 1. Verstappen has got the best seat in the house for this one. As he watches his teammate go side by side with the wily old fox. And I mean, this is two of Formula 1's most experienced drivers there, making it happen at the moment. Leclerc is already out of the range again. So we need to work with him, because he's losing time, stuck battling with Lance Stroll. As Perez back through then into the lead. And luckily, we're going to be able to keep Stroll at bay for now. So Hamilton, we're going to have to manage his tyres. You were bang on, I think, on this occasion, Smurf. As much as it pains me to admit it, you were bang on. So, Leclerc has actually got the pace to keep up with these front runners. But I think it's just going to be a matter of trying to keep hold of battery towards the end.
We just need to make sure that,
Hamilton, we're going to go deploy, see if he can make any impact. If we get to the end of lap 10 and he hasn't moved forward, then we will just retire the car. Because there's no point just putting mileage on it unnecessarily. But yeah, he has really got to get on with it here, as Verstappen now maybe dropping out of the range. Perhaps he's dropping back a little bit from Alonso in front. Oh, that's good, though. Stroll is out of the range behind, so that's fantastic. And will allow us not to worry about the car behind for just a short period. We should be able to go full rich revs to the end of the race as well, which is always nice. Yeah, you can see we're going to get a nice run, actually, on Verstappen this time round. Tuck in for some DRS, please, Charlie. And maybe we can try and get a sprint race podium here, as here he goes. Max Verstappen weaving this way and that, but Leclerc has got a run, has he? Go on, have a look to the inside. No. That is a bit of a shame. You didn't even try it, mate. I don't know what you're worried about. So, Verstappen, though, is under pressure, so this is good. Maybe if we can get the Dutchman out of the range of those two in front and slingshot back into it, there could be a window here. But Alonso back around the outside of Sergio Perez, so I think this is going to leave both drivers able to get back in this fight. As Hamilton, any progress being made further back? No. How? He's just watching the Alfa Romeos fight each other and is not doing anything to get involved. Sargent 9th! Logan Sargent could be on for a sprint race point here, ladies and gents. That is monumental. If all he needs is one other car to run into problems, and Logan Sargent could be scoring. Save the engine. Do we reckon it's worth saving the engine with Hamilton? I mean, if he's not going to do anything, like I said, then we will. What on earth is happening here? We've got a traffic jam down in the castle section. Logan Sargent is genuinely goated right now. And I'm all for it in that Williams. I mean, this should be a good track for Williams. But he is absolutely showing Alex Albon how it's done. Here we go. Leclerc, final corner again. I mean, all our top four, yes, still kind of inside DRS range of each other. So we can't really do a lot. So it might be a case of, obviously, later on, harvesting up some battery, then really going for like a last-ditch attempt there, as Hamilton has finally made a move. Those medium tyres now actually starting to work for him, which is wonderful. But tyre wear really low, actually. Much lower than I was expecting. So that's not boding well for Lewis Hamilton right now. I honestly thought the mediums would be the safe strat here, as he's got the DRS then on the second of the Alfa Romeo. Surely we can look for a move down at turn 1. Come on, Lewis. You got to make something happen, buddy. And no, he does not again. As Alonso Perez. There are just battles going on everywhere right now. He just cannot do anything. We did get the strategy wrong with Lewis, but he did also spin out, which certainly screwed over everything. So, yeah, we'll start... Ooh, there we go. Here we go. Verstappen out of the DRS range. This might leave him vulnerable to Charles Leclerc. We've got to try and be a bit careful, though, because obviously we then need to get back inside the range of those two. And obviously ERS management as well is really, really difficult here. Yeah, Verstappen is clearly struggling in that Red Bull this weekend, and even with the DRS though, we still can't gain on him, as Alonso Perez even still duking out at the front of the field. Tyre wear as well is... tyre temps are higher than I was expecting. But I think, yeah, honestly, looking at the way Hamilton's going at the moment, we may as well box to retire that car, because he is doing awfully. How do you retire a car on this game? I don't think I've ever done it before. Yeah, I don't really want to ruin his confidence or anything.
We are still in the race, don't worry.
Come on, Charles, you got to make something, buddy. How do I retire Lewis from the race? I don't even know if I can. Oh, Max will absolutely win the feature race. You're bang on. I mean, Lewis is still there, I guess. I'm kind of like, the only thing that's worrying me is if we don't kind of get around a few of these cars now, then he's going to have to do it tomorrow, and that might be even more painful. Scuderia 212 Ferrari is sacking Lewis Hamilton for Mick Schumacher. Because why not? It's a valid criticism. What would be better is if Leclerc could finally make a move on Max. We'll go top-up mode for a couple of laps, try and save a little bit. Just obviously make sure he doesn't lose the range. Oh, here we go. Perez and Alonso still side by side, absolutely everywhere. How on earth are they holding on to this for this long? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Chelsea, welcome on in, mate. Hamilton span under safety car and has ruined his own race. He has just made 2 overtakes, so hopefully that's 2 less cars to get round tomorrow.
Pretty hot.
But yeah, he's just having an utter disaster. And also apparently can't look after the tyres, which is not handy. Leclerc, though, on the other hand, we're kind of just sat in P4 at the moment, trying to save up some battery, ready to go for a late race attack. Because it is just really heating up between Alonso, Leclerc, and the Red Bulls at the moment. Ollie Behrman is going to teach Lewis Hamilton how to drive. See, look at that again. Verstappen just loses the DRS range. And we just got to be there to try and capitalise on it. I think last lap we're just going to have to go all out against him. But honestly, yeah, this one is starting to fizzle out a little bit more. As Hamilton up into P15? So he is still making slow progress. He's not going to score points here. But like I said, it's kind of one less car to overtake in the race is always nice. You do have to sacrifice. You have to be injured to beat Max Verstappen. It's the only way to do it. Right. Leclerc still... I mean, Verstappen, yeah, I don't think going to get back in that range. The thing that worries me now is that George Russell might. So here goes Charles Leclerc again. Here we gotta go. We gotta go attack mode now. I've got to try and get past Max sooner rather than later. He's costing us all so much time. Well, I'm worried, of course, if Russell gets in much closer. So here we go. I think Max is basically letting us by. Around the outside we'll go. Max Verstappen understanding it's not really a fight he can have too much of a say on at the moment. And now, we've got to try and push to get back to those top 2, which that might be easier than I was expecting. Because they are again side by side, so we're taking bags of time out of them. Verstappen is almost immediately dropping out of the DRS. What is wrong with Max Verstappen at the moment? He's just got no pace in this GP there. As Leclerc, he's back inside the range instantly. I mean, it's massively helped. It really is. But this is incredible at the moment. So we've instantly got ourselves back in that range. We're now not under pressure from the guys behind. Look at Leclerc wants to go for a move for the lead with just over 2 laps to go here. Is he actually going to try and make something happen whilst watching Alonso and Perez, who are still side by side, making their way down in towards the final sector of the lap? Hamilton is now up to P13, so he is still making something happen of it. But yeah, we've got to go. I mean, I don't know. We got to use the fuel, but surely now with a double slipstream, we might be able to go for something back down in towards turn 1. Crisp, welcome on in. And Queen of the Clouds, apparently notifications. Twitch notifications aren't a great combo. Are we going to be able to make anything happen, though? Back down towards turn 1. Alonso defending from Sergio Perez. Here comes Charles Leclerc, though. Down the inside. No, chicken's out of it. Oh, I'm so scared. I'm so scared of this going badly. Alonso, though, I'm sure now, again, is going to be able to try and get the run back on Checo. So we've just got to be there, ready to pounce in towards the final lap. As here goes Alonso to the inside, maybe? Oh, Charles around the outside. No, chicken's out. This is ridiculous. As Hamilton, he's closing in on K-Mag. So he might be able to make something happen as well. We'll just put him on full attack mode. Try and get a bit closer to Magnussen. But what is Leclerc? Why is Leclerc dropped back? Leclerc's dropped back from the top 2. So we've got to try and hope we get back in that range. Otherwise, this might be game over. It really does feel like it just happens out of nowhere on this game. That the drivers will lose like a second or something. And now Verstappen is back in his range. Anybody 2 Fanatec rigs? No. In a word. Why? Leclerc might well do an I am stupid before the end of this weekend. There's every possibility of it, as we got no battery at all. So that 1 lap of hope we had might be about to put us in big trouble. Because now Verstappen is right on my gearbox again. So I might be able to make something happen. I think we're just going to have to really harvest and be strategic. Let Verstappen back pass, and then go for it. Assassin Grid 1991, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. We got a VSC. What's happened? Has Sergeant binned it? Sergeant and Hamilton have crashed. And we got a red flag, and it's over. What happened? What on earth has happened? Sorry? We don't even get to find out. Hamilton stacked it. Taken like 3 cars with him.
Even finished the sprint here today.
Where did Hamilton finish in the end because of that? So Gasly ended up a lap down. We don't even get a replay of it. There was no replay at all. Hamilton somehow gets P11 from that. So Hamilton takes all I can assume is that Hamilton took Logan Sargent out and proceeded to cause a roadblock for everyone else behind him there. So has claimed P11 from the sprint race there, despite everything else that happened. Leclerc got fastest lap, but obviously you don't get a bonus point for it. But he was very, very lucky to hang on to P3 from Verstappen, so he's got the fight going into the race. I think we have just accidentally done Crashgate on this game, but we've got a whole race ahead of us, as I don't get a replay or anything.
Welcome along to race day.
Baku has been the scene for some major on-track.
I know
battles,
I've not done
like
many
Vettel and
races on
Hamilton
this game,
fighting for the lead
but
back in 2017.
that I've never
Will we
seen
see
anything
more
like that.
drama this year, I wonder?
That was plan A, apparently, towards the end. But Hamilton, yeah, has been awful this weekend, so it's not boding well. It's not boding well as we move into the race, but we'll wait and see.
It's sure to be a tremendous race day here at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
Right, come on then. Where is Lewis starting this one? That's the real question. So, Hamilton is... He is P11. He's missing a car part, though. Luckily, we've got one special... Oh, no. Can I emergency manufacture one? Oh, we can do it instantly for 2.2 million. I think we're just going to have to bolt it back on one of the old chassis. Adjustments limited? Sorry? What does that mean? Oh, I can only put him on a new one, can't I? I can't put him on the old chassis. $2 million Hamilton's just cost us. That is a shame. Have we got anything else? Front wing. He needs one of those. Oh my lord. Suspension. Have we got any of those? We have. That's okay then. So we've got Hamilton's car ready to go. We're also going to have to put him on a new engine. Because that one is quite worn out. Do we need to do the same? We need to do a gearbox as well. Don't know if that'll be a penalty. How is Charles Leclerc's car looking on the other hand? Leclerc? Ooh, what am I doing? I'm just clicking buttons randomly, chat. Car parts. Oh, so his engine and gearbox are fine, though, so that's okay. So in terms of strategy, then, mediums to hards, softs. The softs have lasted pretty well this weekend. I think we'll go softs, and Hamilton will try and just go uber long into the race. What we'll do with Hamilton is we'll go hards and then mediums, but yeah, we'll basically try and take him as long as we can and pray for a safety car that Hamilton will inevitably cause, I would have thought, with the way this weekend's looking so far. Right, I think we're ready though. I think we're ready. Let's do this. I'm nervous.
Final checks are being carried out on the grid, and it won't be long.
There should be a feature, yeah, if you've stacked it like that, not to be able to start. Like, if you haven't got the parts ready to go, you should probably not be allowed to start the race. Like, the idea that you can just buy new parts is kind of a bit sad. So Hamilton's just going to go uber long. I'm not really going to invest in him too much, apparently. We're kind of more worried on what Leclerc's going to be able to do.
Here we go with the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
Come on, Charlie. Get a good start this time. Perez is on mediums. Everyone else around him, though, is on softs.
And away we go.
So maybe Alonso's going to be able to get a good start. No, Leclerc's rocketed through. Straight into P2 there. Are we going to see Carnage down at turn 1? No, we aren't. Alonso immediately on a fight back, though, as he's going to try to look back down the inside of Charles through turn 2. Hamilton still in the Williams sandwich a little bit further back. So, I mean, surely points are still going to be doable today for Lewis on that alternate strategy. It's already... How can you go from having a great start to losing a place? How? How does that work on this game? I don't get it. Yeah, there we go. Max Verstappen back through then immediately. So in terms of tyres then, Perez is on mediums, Stroll is on mediums, Norris, Albon are on mediums, Sargent, Magnussen, Piastri and Sainz. Hamilton is the only driver on the hard compound tyres, so we're basically hoping for a really long stint and then a safety car later on. As what is Leclerc doing already? In what world do you think that battling Mercedes is acceptable in this series? We have got to be able to stick with those Red Bulls early on here. Otherwise, we are in big trouble. As Hamilton can't keep up with a Williams, so that is even more pitiful. Here we go. Leclerc and Russell side by side. I can't see this ending particularly well, but they've kept it clean that time.
Yeah, no worries. 2 hours.
Hamilton did do a Nelson Piquet Jr. in the sprint. So basically, Toast, what he did was he decided he wasn't going to move up the order enough. So he took out Logan Sargent on the penultimate lap as we've got yellows. Who's binned it? What? What has happened? How many incidents has he got involved in? So Logan Sargent behind him. And Sargent's just crashed into the back of him.
But there was contact.
But there's no damage?
I think it's pretty obvious who was at fault.
Yeah, Logan Sargent just ran into the back of him.
And while all that was happening, the crew in the garage could do nothing but watch on.
I don't know whether Hamilton's now got a wounded car or anything. Or whether Logan needs to pit or what. That's how you retire the car. Okay, so yeah, we got no damage at least, which is nice. But apparently, yeah, our beef this weekend is with Logan Sargent in all of this. Hamilton's taking him out once. Sargent's going to repeat the favour. As immediately, we have not got the pace to battle with the front runners. And apparently our battle is going to be with Russell and Stroll. So incident involving Hamilton and Sargent. No penalties. That's good. I was expecting something eggy there, like Hamilton get a penalty for it. Do you feel like you're overwhelmed by the amount of series you have? Not particularly. I kind of just enjoy doing different stuff, Crisp. Otherwise I get bored, I find. I'm going to try and fine-tune it a bit, though, when we get on F124. Well, I do just like doing some random other stuff. Why are we beefing with Sargent? We've just praised the guy. Because Hamilton then took him out and ruined his sprint. So Sargent now is trying to take Lewis out to try and win it back. Why have we got zero pace here? What is going on? Why is Leclerc... Is Leclerc not confident? Leclerc's confidence is low.
For you to improve the pace there.
So we need to try and... don't really know what to do. Leclerc's just not got the pace early on. So we're going to try and push on these tyres a little bit more to get back inside the DRS range. Knowing Wheel is going live tomorrow, we're recording it tomorrow morning. Yeah, MotoGP 24 is good fun. It was kind of like, they sent me out a copy of the game. I was like, yeah, it looks like fun. Something to pass the time before F124. I am playing it on PC, yeah. We're not going to lose a place to an Alpine, surely.
Harrison has been enabled.
Surely not. Leclerc has just got zero confidence at the moment.
So you got Sargent car behind.
So Hamilton is just losing time. I mean, we are two of the slowest cars on track right now. It is disgusting. M. Verstappen, thank you for the follow, mate. Welcome on in. As of course, yeah, there you go. As soon as we shout him out, Verstappen into the lead of the Grand Prix. How ridiculously fast is that Red Bull? And why isn't my Ferrari good enough? Perfect luck, exactly. You have come in and you have put Verstappen into the lead of the race. Why am I under pressure? It's not my fault the drivers aren't doing anything. I can't help it. Time to retire the car already. No. No. I mean, we should be able to stick... If we can just stay in the range of Stroll and Russell early on. They're actually not losing much on those top guys, as Alonso is already dropping back as well. So I think Red Bull have just decided they're going to let everyone else have fun in qualifying in the sprint race. And are now going for it. Yeah, they're quite cool. I might have to look at that, Crisped. This is Season 1. I'm very, very late to the party. Basically, we started this career mode when Hamilton announced his move to Ferrari. And are basically trying to make Hamilton world champion. But so far, it's not going well. as is obvious. Oh, we got yellows. Car's gone. Sainz! He was at the back of the field anyway. What has he done? Is he just locked up? He's found another wall. Surely that's a safety car. Is he out? No, he's going again. I don't know how he's going, but he is. Has he got no wing? Yeah, he's damaged the front wing on that car, so... Disappointment for Sainz. Way too much debris, though, out on the circuit, so... Surely the FIA are going to have to do something about that. Would I like an interview with Natalie Pinkham? Oh, yes! We've overtaken Sargent again. The ultimate battle. We're trying to make Hamilton world champion, and instead, this is what we're doing. I don't know where Jamie is actually sat for Imola. Nitro Games Twitch, thank you for the follow, mate. Welcome on in. Right, so Hamilton really needs to get on with it and to try and get a bit closer to Albon in front. So I think we're going to put him on deploy. Let's try and get away from Sargent, maybe? I know it's optimistic, but we'll wait and see. As here we go. Leclerc now might be able to go for a move on Stroll.
Understood.
Less lift off.
Lewis deserves a medal for overtaking Logan Sargent. I mean, they've got beef this weekend. There's Alonso goes defensive. Sorry, Stroll even goes defensive. That's the state of play at the moment. Are you the real Max Verstappen? Surely. Surely there would not be an imposter.
Some light, please.
We're getting Logan out of the range, though, which is good. So once I've got him out of the range, we can probably go back down to normal again. Because we haven't got much spare fuel here. This is a very, very fuel-burning track. So you've got to be a bit careful with it. We'll go like that, though.
Yeah, we're just going to need to introduce
He's basically out of it, so
50 metres at the most. Yep.
That's okay then. So Hamilton is still doing all right.
Back up.
Sainz, yeah, so Sainz in the pit lane then. He's gone softs. That is a bold call by Mercedes. We're clearly having about as bad a weekend as we are at the moment. Yeah, Sainz is in for quite a lonely one, I feel. What is Leclerc going to be able to do, though? It's pretty much everyone inside this top group. There we go. Leclerc's made it happen. I've completely missed the overtake, but Leclerc did make a move on Lance Stroll. Let's have a look. How did he do it?
See what happened. So here we go, heading into
Lando
turn
Norris
one.
watches my streams
They
for
decide
tips.
to give it a go.
He would basically learn what not to do by watching my content.
And 5th place after that.
Play the Roblox F1 dupe. I've seen a couple of those like on TikTok and stuff. I've never played Roblox in my life and I'm slightly scared. Oh, come on.
Keep it up.
How are we getting overtaken by Lance Stroll? This is so painful. Aston Martin are rapid this weekend. Merck even looked pretty racy as well, as Hamilton now has rocked up to the back of Albon. So hopefully there's going to be a move on. Roblox Open lobbies. I didn't go into the museum, actually, unfortunately, Brasson. I never got a chance. Here we go. Hamilton, maybe into the points for the first time today. Yes, there we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Ups his confidence slightly as he gets to watch an AlphaTauri and a McLaren battle in front. I am going to get outpaced by an 8-year-old on the iPad if I play Roblox. Can I set it up with my wheel? Yeah, the Williams FW14B is chef's kiss. Absolute chef's kiss. So how are things looking then in this race? Tyre wear is terrible on Leclerc. He's getting through his tyres worse than anyone else at the moment. There's Hamilton making moves, so he's moved past Norris and Tsunoda. Okay. So Hamilton now then, so I think his hard compound tyres are actually starting to come in a little bit. So he's actually running pretty competitive lap times. Maybe there's an opportunity here for Hamilton to kind of overcut his way back into this race a bit. Let's just keep monitoring the pace at the moment. Hamilton is actually one of the fastest cars on track. Verstappen is starting to pull away a bit at the front, but Hamilton is looking racy. He's again going to go for a move this time round on Pierre Gasly. Is he going to make it happen? I mean, look at that, yeah. He's matching George Russell and Perez and Verstappen at the front of the field, and he's on hard compound tyres, so I don't think those hards are such a bad shout early on. Got to try and get him around Gasly, though. Come on. Get on with it. We do not want to lose time behind Pierre.
And we can drop the lift and coast for now.
Around the outside, ready for the castle. Come on, Lewis, make it happen. Down the inside into the castle we go. Terrible camera work by the game. But hopefully we're going to make it through and up. Maybe? Where did we finish the sprint? Leclerc came P3, Hamilton took everyone out. So it was red flagged and he finished 11th. He didn't actually finish. But now we've got to hope he doesn't stack it as well in the GP. Right, so can we try and get away from Pierre Gasly then? And do I box Leclerc a bit early? Try and undercut him. So if we were to box Leclerc now, I think we would come out towards the rear of the field. But I don't think we'd actually be out too far behind. So I'm tempted just to leave it a few more laps and actually try and get him in. Yeah, I mean, Lewis is looking racy at the moment. His times are good. He's able to gap other cars as well when he does get past them. He's actually bringing himself back in this fight. So, we got a safety car. Is it Lewis Hamilton? No?
Safety car.
What's happened? DRS disabled. Oh, right. We need to box. We need to box. We need to pause. Right, what has happened, first of all? I don't know. We need to box Leclerc, though, onto hards. So he's going to box now. And obviously we'll do conserve everything like that. Lewis, I think we just got to keep him out there. He might get a little bit screwed over by this strategy. But we can't afford to box him. It's just too early. He won't be able to do anything. What has happened, though? Sainz is out, so he's stacked it by himself. I don't know how, though. And apparently I'm not going to get to find out. What has happened to the replays on this game? Why don't they work anymore? So Verstappen in, Alonso in. Oh, he's just in the middle of the front straight. He wasn't battling anyone. But he's just in the middle of the front straight, which is very, very odd. So Hamilton now is going to move into the lead, I would assume. With everyone else now on mediums. Come on, Lewis. Get to the lead. Get to the lead. Get to the lead. Get to the lead. Hamilton, he's not even winning. He's P2, damn it. He's the only car not to pit. Leclerc's had a pit stop issue as well. It's just gone from bad to worse.
What happened there, Karun?
We see Leclerc coming into pit.
Ferrari have got no luck in this game.
Ah, but the car isn't released properly.
They're just hugging it. Why aren't they getting on with it? I think he got held up by other cars coming down the pit lane. A 6.8 second stop is pure Ferrari, and he's been jumped again by Stroll. So, Stroll's gone softs. Leclerc's going to the end. I don't know whether anyone else is going to be able to go to the end on mediums. This game just really strongly dislikes me. So, Hamilton now then is back in the fight. But I'm not sure how well. No one else has gone hards. So that in many ways bodes well for both our drivers. Because hopefully that means that Leclerc's the only one that can go to the end. And Hamilton, of course, everyone else is going to have to box. So he might be in an actual P2 here. But yeah, this weekend's has been carnage so far. They may as well have changed the front wing. It wouldn't have made a difference, but they may as well have done it. As when is safety car going to be back in then? Here we go. How is Leclerc already warming up the tyres too much? We're under safety car. How are the tyres already warm? So Hamilton's going to have to push off this restart. He needs to stay with Verstappen here. We cannot afford to let Verstappen get away. If Verstappen breaks free, then we are in trouble. Leclerc, you're going to the end. I hope no one else is. I'm not going to Sauber. They are terrible on this game. I genuinely picked them just because I thought it would be quite good fun, and they were unironically awful. It was so boring because I just could not do anything with them. Maybe if I played the game like daily, then we'd stand a chance. But that wasn't the case. Right, Verstappen's gone. Come on, Lewis. You've just crashed so often this weekend up to now. Please don't do it again. There's already Alonso trying to apply some pressure. But we will hang on. What are you doing? You don't need to go defensive. It's only Fernando Alonso. Come on. Stop it. Why, Alonso? No. You're just letting Verstappen get away. Deary me. What is that straight line speed in that Aston Martin, man? Disgusting.
We just need to introduce a little bit of lift and coast.
Oh, this game, man. This game. It's so frustrating. How is Leclerc getting jumped by Gasly? I guess he's on the harder compound. This is just so difficult to try and get right. Hamilton down to 4th. He's just dropping down like a stone at the moment. We basically got to try and just leave him out and hope we get another safety car later on. But the hard tyres just simply do not switch on off the restarts. Down to 5th.
Let's just keep our heads down.
He's been overtaken by George Russell now. All I can hope, is that everyone else has got to pit again, and that maybe it'll come on strong for us at the end of the race. As we reach 1/3 distance then, Alonso new fast lap of the day. Right, come on. Stroll has overtaken Hamilton. Gasly is probably going to overtake Hamilton. Lando Norris is about to overtake Leclerc. His DRS now enabled, so I think we've got it through the worst of it, I think is the other thing. We'll put them both on deploy for a lap, see if we can try and gain a little bit of ground on others. How are the... I mean, yeah, the medium tyres are graining. So I don't think they're going to be able to get to the end on those. So Leclerc might not be out of this. It is just a question of kind of wait and see with Charles. So yeah, there we go. He's picked up the pace now, so I think he's competent. I think it was just trying to get heat in those tyres is so difficult. And he has finally done so. Yeah, he's only 6 seconds back, so we're going to have to monitor that gap. But tyre wear is about twice as good. Right, so I don't actually think, yeah, we're in a bad spot at the moment. Leclerc, what's going on? So, we need to swap them round in a second. Hamilton cannot hold up Charles. But I also don't want him to lose too much time. It was still side by side with Gasly, aren't we? There we go. Finally made the move stick. We're also burning a lot of our extra fuel at the moment, which I'm not sure is a fantastic idea. What on earth am I reading in chat? Why? I've just looked up and it's just talking about Dame Judi Dench. I'm slightly confused. Right. Let's have a look. What are the lap times at the moment then? Gasly is still beefing it out. So Hamilton's actually only a few tenths away. Leclerc's still in trouble with Pierre, so hopefully he's going to actually get past him and stay past him. Or at least not cost himself more time. There we go. Back through again. So yeah, the medium tyres don't actually have that much good pace for very long. Hamilton's done a 48.7! The hard tyres are definitely the tyre to have here. We might actually be onto something with Charles. He's 10 seconds off the lead now. But we might actually be onto something. Matt212 is not next weekend, the weekend after. And unfortunately, I'm not available. Because I'm in London that day. I'm a bit gutted not going to be able to do that one, to be honest. So, half distance. Tyres are looking good. Times... what is that lap time by Verstappen? Just casually bangs in a 146. I feel like the AI are getting ready to box again, though. And we're in a pretty good little spot at the moment. Hamilton... I mean, yeah, Leclerc's tyres are easily going to make it to the end. I am gutted, Bradson. I would have loved to have done it, but in the end, I think it was only going to be 2 or 3 of us, which is always going to be tough anyway. And yeah, then, like I said, I'm out in London all day on the Saturday. So I'd miss like half of the race anyway. Which obviously is not fair to just give 2 other guys like a 14-hour stint. There we go. Stroll's the first one in. So how far behind Leclerc is he? He's going to be... he's only 10 seconds behind Leclerc, so... that's not good. We might not still be on for a good strategy here. What tyres, actually? He's on another set of softs, though. So he's going to have to pit again. Okay. So it kind of depends on what tyres the AI go for. will kind of define things at the moment. As Alonso now beefing it up with Verstappen again. That's good to see. Leclerc and Russell, though, kind of just in their own little window. Hamilton I can afford to box soon, but honestly, those hard tyres are working well. So I'm going to leave him out there just a bit longer. So he might actually make a move on George Russell. When are we going to see other cars in? Hamilton overtakes George Russell.
We're watching the Ferrari.
Welcome in, James. So far, Hamilton has crashed 3 times this weekend. 212 Motorsports, yes, sadly, is not participating in NERV 24. So yeah, it's not been a swimming weekend so far. I mean, yeah, tyre wear's still looking good. I mean, do we just leave Hamilton out and pray for like a late safety car or something? Anything to happen towards the end? Perez, he's gone softs. That is a long way to go on a set of soft compound tyres.
Yeah, don't sweat it, Lewis. Don't sweat it.
Surely the AI aren't going to box again before the end of this race. They cannot 3-stop this, surely. It's Verstappen in. I mean, if he goes soft as well. That is saying something, James. I probably couldn't, but I'd like to give it a good go. I mean, they did 17 laps in the sprint, didn't they? But the tyres weren't that great by the end. Hamilton is up then into P2. Leclerc will be ahead of Verstappen as well. So that's kind of the gap that we're actually worried about at the moment. I mean, we brought Ferrari back into the mix here. But it really does depend on the strat of the others. As Verstappen's gone into an old set. Here we go. So Verstappen's going to make the move pretty much immediately then. So any kind of pit stop advantage we were going to gain is gone. Alonso is staying out. Russell, I believe, is staying out. But he's going to lose the place again. Come on. Is Leclerc going to be able to hold on from Max, though? My guess is no. But if the tyre wear is bad, which, I mean, already it's looking like it is, they are not going to be fun towards the end of this race. It is just going to be about trying to stay close and holding off from Verstappen. So I think we're going to have to use some more strategy here. We'll give them both another lap and deploy. Just to try and stay close as best as we can. Verstappen, yeah, has just got the grip around the outside there. Will we be able... I don't think we've really got enough, have we? To try and hang closer at the moment as Russell finally peels into the pit lane. Perez now will make the move on Verstappen as well. Hamilton, I think we've just got to dive in at some point. He's got powertrain issues as well with the engine, as Leclerc. So it is all kicking off at the moment. It is getting quite dramatic as we enter the final 15 laps of this race. Hamilton, I mean, I'm just going to keep him out there. I don't really think there's a point in pitting at the moment. We may as well try and see if we get a safety car or something like that late on in the day. Or if the AI have to pit again.
So we're low on battery at the moment.
I mean, apart from Alonso, he's doing pretty well at the moment. But surely their tyres are going to be wrecked by the end of this. And they're going to have no pace anyway. Like, Leclerc, I don't actually believe is out of this race at the moment. Stroll definitely has got a box again, because I think he's only used soft so far. As Verstappen then will make the move on Lewis.
Take a look now.
I am 24.
Max Verstappen
Here we go, Verstappen to the outside. Hamilton, is he going to be able to do anything against it? No. Don't really think it's his fight at the moment. But yeah, this is getting dramatic towards the end of the afternoon, though. Sergio Perez now next up, trying to line Lewis up. Again, I don't think it's going to be particularly difficult for the Mexican. But 12 laps. They've only done about 4 on those sets, and they're already down quite worn already. I think we'll box Lewis now. We'll go softs for him and just go really aggressive. Basically just on the proviso, he's not going to pit. That if the others have to box again, then he might get the undercut. You look so much younger. I thought you were 18. I do not look young, but thank you. I appreciate the compliment. I'm at the age now where if someone says I look young, I take it as a compliment. Hamilton in though. Where's he going to re-emerge? Oh, he's P7. It's a pretty safe P7 as well. So he's just going to be able to go to the end of the race. 10-lap blast. So I think, honestly, that strategy's worked out quite well for him. And we kind of got him out of a lot of trouble this afternoon. A good recovery drive by Lewis. Will anyone else have to pit before the end? Surely Alonso is going to have to. And I hope Red Bull are as well. But I'm getting slightly nervous that their tyres are going to be able to go the distance. The same for Lance Stroll. I've left Leclerc in deploy for ages. That was a mistake. I think Stroll has still got to pit though, doesn't he? As he sets new fast lap of the day. Stroll, I believe, has done... What strategy has he done? I can't find anything about Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll, here we go. Tyre history. Stroll. Oh, no, he started on mediums. Damn it. Oh, that's not good. So, I mean, can he do 21 laps? I don't know. I really don't know at the moment. This is all getting very, very nip and tuck towards the end, but we are just trying to drag this car to the line. I'm hoping Alonso also needs to pit. But yeah, it's... I mean, they're battling at the front. Perez and Verstappen maybe are going to destroy each other's tyres a bit. Towards the end of the afternoon. 6 laps to go with this Grand Prix. Hamilton has closed back up on Russell. As Perez, I mean, what would I do if these two collided? How hype would it be if these two came together? But will Perez be able to stop Max Verstappen, making it 4 victories in a row to kickstart the year? Hamilton is actually cooking on those softs. He's right behind Leclerc again. And I've got no idea how. Is Hamilton actually going to beat Charles Leclerc after all of this?
Yeah, stay cool.
Surely not. What was his last lap? He's running 3 seconds faster. Oh my. Okay. So it was probably worth pitting the extra time for everyone. Apparently towards the end of this. We'll tell Leclerc just to let him by. I mean, yeah, if we'd known that a couple of laps earlier, it's probably been worth pitting Leclerc. So we'll tell him to let Lewis by so we can try and attack Stroll and maybe even snoop away from Alonso the final podium spot. I cannot believe this is working out like this. As there we go, Hamilton through. So we'll tell Leclerc just to get back on with it again. What is the gap between Hamilton and Alonso? It is only 4 seconds. Could Hamilton still win this? No, not quite. Those Red Bulls are going fast enough. That's a shame. I tell you what, Hamilton is cooking towards the end of this race.
Yeah, copy. Temps are climbing.
Temps are getting high, so we've got to be a bit careful of that towards the end, though. But hopefully another slipstream run past Stroll towards the end. Is it worth boxing Leclerc? No. Russell's... I mean, yeah, maybe. If Russell gets past Leclerc, then we'll have to go for it. Fastest lap bonus point would be nice.
5 laps.
As Red Bull... I mean, we're 2 seconds faster that lap. What is the gap? 17. It is not enough to have any hope towards the end. But if the Red Bulls keep fighting, which they are, I want to believe something is doable here. As Hamilton now up into P4 of the Grand Prix. We've got to monitor these gaps closely towards the end. He hasn't got much spare fuel, so we have to bring him back down again.
Lifting coast efficiency.
But that gap is coming down so astronomically at the moment that at the very least a podium should be doable towards the end of this. Leclerc has dropped behind George. So what I'm going to do is box it. Oh, he's got no new softs. That's a shame. So we won't bother with that. Leclerc's just going to walk home in 7th, unfortunately. It's all gone wrong for Charles. Unless Stroll's tyres absolutely hit the cliff, which I think they are. Hamilton, though, that gap is down to 15. He is genuinely going 3 seconds a lap faster than those Red Bulls. And if they continue to squabble, he might actually be able to get in the fight for the win here. We've got to monitor his lap times. We've got to monitor the battery and the fuel usage as well. But there is genuinely a window towards the end of this. We need to get past Alonso nice and quick, though. That's the other thing. As here we go. Rocked up to the back of Fernando. We're 13 seconds back. I think we're going to be like 1 lap short. That is the painful thing with this at the moment. And we are going to be so close to those Red Bulls, unless they really battle each other towards the end of this. But we'll get some DRS. So hopefully that is going to be a nice, simple move to make happen. Come on, Lewis. We've got to get around Leclerc. I don't think there's going to be too much problems in doing this.
Go for it.
Sorry, we've got to get past Alonso even. I'm terrible with driver names, apparently. inside F1 Manager. I don't know why. I always get drivers muddled up. So here we go. Nice simple move. And up into P3 of the GP. Surely we cannot go 4 seconds a lap faster. Last lap we were 2.3. Come on, Alonso. Don't fight me for it. Let us go. Let us go in pursuit of those Red Bulls who are still duking it out at the front of the field. I mean, Hamilton, yeah, is just gaining in so much. 2 laps to go, though, here from the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And, well, I'm either hoping they come together or they cost each other bags of time before the end of this. Zhou Guanyu is about to get lapped. How will lap traffic affect things here towards the end of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix? Perez again trying to look to the outside of his teammate there. But if Zhou Guanyu could, like, crash in front of them or something and slow them down, that would be fantastic. Leclerc, we can try and go for it to try and get past Stroll towards the end of this, because him and Russell are still costing each other a lot of time as well. But Hamilton, when you consider everything that has gone down this weekend, that is a mega result. Someone has just come in with something, but I don't know what it was still. For some reason, notifications are not working properly tonight. So I do apologise for that. I will look into getting that fixed, ready for the next stream. But honestly, P3, I don't think we can be too upset about either. Depending on what happens towards the end here. As Zhou's going to get between the Red Bulls. That is not what Sergio Perez needs towards the end. As Hamilton then will bring him back down into the neutral mode. And I think Zhou Guanyu is just gifted the race victory to Max Verstappen here. Unless someone runs out of fuel, surely we're not going to be able to do anything into that final lap. But are we going to make Leclerc make a move towards the end of this race? Stroll is absolutely falling apart on those soft compound tyres. So surely if he drops out of the DRS range, we can try and do something, anything, on this final lap of the GP. We're going to bring him back up into rich revs there as Perez, he has not got an answer for Max Verstappen towards the end here, unless he can get back in that range. I mean, he's on all the tyres. They are slightly less worn, though, which is quite impressive, as Lewis Hamilton has brought that gap down to 7 seconds. Had we pit him, say, 1 lap earlier, maybe we could have just been that little bit closer and could have believed that something was going to be doable before the end of this race. I don't think we're going to have to deal with any more lap traffic, though. So that is a bit gutted. Sargent's binned it at turn 15 on going into the final lap of the Grand Prix for the 2nd race of the weekend. Logan Sargent's been involved in an incident. And I mean, surely that's in a dangerous location. We've got a red flag and restart the race for 1 lap. Surely. But it isn't going to happen. We're not going to get a safety car or anything like that, I don't believe. Sargent's been able to limp round and get going again. Perez, though, agonisingly close to Verstappen. This has probably been one of his best races he's ran so far this season. But all eyes are on the gap between Lance Stroll and George Russell. Because if Stroll drops out of the DRS range, which he will, surely Leclerc has got a window here to try and make something happen down the front straight towards the end of the afternoon. He's gaining on the Aston Martin here. Come on. We can do something. Hamilton now, as he rounds his way through the final corners. It is going to be Max Verstappen, though, that is going to win the Azerbaijan Grand Prix there. But that has made me, that has reminded me today just how extreme the tyre wear really is on this game as well. And just how useful it is to go onto a set of soft compound tyres and really just do fast stints over and over here. But will Leclerc be able to get close enough to Lance Stroll here out of the final corners we go? The gap is down to just 3/4 of a second. He is still gaining. We need full deploy out of the final corner. Could we be in for a drag race towards the finish line? I don't think he's going to get close enough. The DRS zone is just too far down this straight. Hamilton gets a podium, though, and it is P7 for Charles Leclerc in the end. And after we said how slow Max Verstappen was, he still managed to win the race because it's Max Verstappen. But I ultimately believe, yeah, we had a big opportunity today to get some big points. Alex Albon, though, in the Williams, going under the radar, is going to pick up 4 points for Williams as well there. So that is a mega result by him to beat out Lando Norris and the Alpines as well there. Norris will come through for P9 in the end, and Pierre Gasly is going to get the final points-paying position for the Alpine team as well there. That race was actually quite dramatic in the end. Very, very different to what I was expecting to happen as well there, but certainly really, really good fun when all is said and done. And that's the first time ever we've had fastest lap in this game. That is insane.
Yep, and with a P19 finish, they'll need to pick themselves up after that.
I'll be honest, chat, I wasn't actually expecting to finish it so quickly tonight. That's gone surprisingly fast. Lucas, welcome on in, mate. Hope you're doing well.
This year for them, building up an excellent points haul.
Again, we get more trophies, but again, we can't seem to get close enough to Red Bull. What do we have to do to try and beat those Red Bulls? I can't do one more. That'll take way too long. I actually need to edit another video.
As far as Ferrari are concerned, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling after that race?
They'll certainly be pleased to have made the podium. A job well done for sure.
Come on, we need to be fighting for wins though. That's the important thing.
All from us here in Baku.
Coming up next, the teams will be taking a trip to the Sunshine State. The Hard Rock Stadium is laying down the track for a captivating race at the Miami Grand
So
Prix.
Lewis Hamilton span under safety car, binned it twice, still gets a podium on a one-stop strategy in the end, and fastest lap bonus point there. Max Verstappen though takes the win with 25 points to his name ahead of Sergio Perez and Fernando Alonso there in P4. Russell ahead of Stroll. Charles Leclerc, an absolute stinker. His one-stop strategy really didn't work out in the end. We should have opted for a 2 with him. Albon, I think that's Williams' first points of the year, ahead of Norris and Pierre Gasly as well, with Sainz our only driver not to see it through to the checkered flag there. That means there's just 1 point now between Hamilton and Leclerc as we head into the Miami GP next time out there, with Alonso now ahead of Lance Stroll as well. Ferrari are actually looking like quite a big rival at this stage of the season. Albon, he will be up to P11 there as Norris gets a couple more points to add to his tally. And just Sonoda, Piastri, Bottas, Sargent de Vries, and Zhou Guan Yu still yet to get on the board there. Red Bull now with a 72-point lead in the Constructors. Aston Martin seem to certainly be our threat at the moment there. But thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure to leave a like, get yourself subscribed. And yeah, we'll be back very soon for the Miami Grand Prix.